Good morning, all. It's Monday, the 11th of May, 2021. Had a good weekend. It was enjoyable to have, God willing, our last online only message yesterday. So look forward to next week and pray that all comes to fruition. Been out for a little walk already. Enjoyed that. And just grateful with the way things are progressing and thankful to God for what he's doing. I want you to look with me, if you would, at James chapter 3 this morning. James chapter 3, the whole chapter kind of talks about the difference between godly wisdom and worldly wisdom. And there's a huge difference. Worldly wisdom brings about envy and self-seeking, confusion, and every evil thing come from worldly wisdom. But in verse 17, we find out, what is godly wisdom? What does it mean to be wise in God's sight? What does it mean to be wise in God's eyes? Verse 17, but the wisdom that is from above, and here's what true wisdom is. Here's what the wisdom that we need to be seeking is like. But the wisdom that is from above is first of all pure wisdom and peaceable wisdom and gentle wisdom and willing to yield and full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. God's wisdom is manifested in a whole different spirit and attitude than we see generally depicted in the world today. God's people should be different. If we're truly wise, if we really truly wise in the mind of God, then we're going to live lives that are pure. We're going to be peace seekers and peacemakers. We're going to be gentle and not brawlers. We're going to be willing to yield and not demanding our way. We need to be full of mercy, taking care of others, showing mercy when others have needs. We need to be producing good fruit in our lives, and the fruit of love and joy and peace and long-suffering and gentleness and goodness and faith and meekness and temperance. We need to be without partiality. No, there's no room for partiality in our sight if we're truly God's people. We don't see people according to their class structure or the color of their skin or what they can benefit us. It's all about seeing everybody as God's creation and all the same, without hypocrisy. We do what we say we do. We live like we say we live. We are who we say that we are. And then verse 18 said, now the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers, of course, and we know that. And peace is part of what our plan and our agenda should be. And yet we see so many people today, even Christians, involved in brawling, fighting over this and that, disputing over this and that political issue, and just ready to punch somebody out. Maybe not physically, but metaphorically, if they don't agree with us. That's not God's way. That's not godly wisdom. That's what the world says. The world says we win by beating somebody up. The world says we win by shouting louder than somebody else. The world says we win if we can shut somebody else up. But no, godly wisdom says that we're seeking peace. The fruit of righteousness is sown in peace. How do we fit? Do we show ourselves wise in God's eye? Are we pure and seeking peace and gentle to those around us? Are we willing to yield our way? Are we merciful? Are we bearing fruit? Do we show partiality? Are we hypocrites? A good place to start if we're examining our lives and seeing, do we have true wisdom? Or are we more satisfied and content with having the wisdom of the world? The wisdom that is from above is first of all pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, no partiality, no hypocrisy. And let's sow our righteousness in peace and make peace with the world around us and with those around us. Thanks for your time, guys. God bless, and we'll see you again tomorrow, God willing.